Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn and this is my channel Carolyn Stitches, a Flosstube channel about cross stitch projects I'm working on and any other crafts I may be doing. Today is Friday, December 16th, 2022. I am coming to you from the floor of my craft room. It is a mess. Please do not look around you. Focus on me. It's going to be a little wild ride. This is just fabric. I haven't had a place to put away my whips. This here is my cross stitch fabric. So first off, I'd like to say thank you to all my returning subscribers, and I'd like to say thank you to all my new subscribers. This is not going to be a regular Flosstube episode. This is a Flosstube special. I decided, I didn't decide. Yeah, I did decide to go through my kits, and this is a good time to go through my kits. And I'm going through my kits. Why not film it? So I am going to participate to a degree with Alicia, the Fancy Flamingo, and Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher on Stitch Your Stash 2023. They've created a Facebook group, SYS 2023, and the goal of the group is to stitch your stash. We have all these great, fabulous patterns we bought, the stuff that's in our stash. Let's use it. So try to, you bought the patterns for a reason that you love them. So let's try to stitch from our stash for 2023. Or kit up as much as you can from your stash. Just, you have the lovies in your stash, let's stitch from them. So I'm going to share my plans for 2023 in my next regular Flosstube video. But as part of preparing for Stitch Your Stash 2023, I wanted to go through my kits. And I wanted to refresh and remind myself about my kits because I have a lot of kits. This may be a really long video, but I have a lot of projects kitted. And let me define what I call kitted. A kitted project to me: pattern, fabric, floss. Okay, that's kitted to me. I have a ton of patterns where I have the pattern and I have fabric. That's a matter of me just sitting down and pulling flosses from my DMC or something to start them. But these are fully kitted. Like, I could just pull them out and start. So this is in no particular order. I am sitting on the floor of my craft room because I have a bin next to me. I have a pile of projects in front of me. I even set up a bag next to me to catch them all. And we're going to go through this. And there could be stuff as I'm going through that I'm going to say, yeah, my style has changed and I'm not going to stitch this. And maybe I'll just take the kit apart, put the fabric back in the bin and do something else. So let's get into it. I got myself some water. So I'm sorry I may be drinking throughout this. And I don't know where to start. Let's start over here to my right. And you will hear crinkling. I am not going to pull too much out of plastic, but some I will. So we're going to be here a while, so let's get into it. Sorry for the crinkle. The first project up is the Clouds Factory Epic Storybook Princesses. And I believe I'm doing them all on, or I have fabric planned. Yep, I have fabric planned to do them all on one giant piece of fabric. And I have some floss here, but I have the floss all bobbinated and ready to go here. So it's bobbinated, ready to go. And the fabric is a piece of 32 count linen, colorway jewel. That's what I want to stitch it on. One big piece of fabric, gorgeous fabric. And I have my binder, because I like to work off of paper. I have my binder with my little princesses on it, with everything printed out, ready to go. So all the different sections are ready to go. Oh, and then the frames in here. So that's one. This one's been kitted for a while. This one has been kitted for a long time. So that is the Epic Storybook Princesses by Clouds Factory. picking the next thing on the pile. Next thing I have is Mirabilia, Dressmaker's Daughter. And this is kitted up with the beads, called for milk chocolate fabric, and fancy flosses. This one I don't have the DMCs pulled for, but that would be an easy thing to pull the DMCs. So that's the Dressmaker's Daughter. Okay, let's see here. Next thing. Glitter Village, Country Cottage Needleworks. I believe this is called for fabric and the floss. I think I got this from Fat Quarter Shop. So it has the thread pack and all the patterns. Country Cottage Needleworks, Snow Village, called for fabric and the floss, all kitted up. A kit. What is this? Gold Collection, A Treasured Time. So this is a kit. I forget where I got this. I might have just got this from 1884. It has the fabric. It's on Ada, I'm sure. Flosses. It's full coverage. So I got that one. Okay, these next ones are the stand-ups. And they're Lizzie Kate stand-ups. I have fabrics for them. Blue, blush, all the fabrics. I'd have to sit down and figure out like which fabric is for which stand-up. I have flosses. I know I'm working on 2 of these right now. I'm working on the snowmen. So there's Flossy Claws with the embellishments. Needle Nick with the embellishments. Liberty Sam. The Pilgrims. Betty Broomstick. Benny. And we have Claire O'Hare and Henry O'Hare. So I have grand plans of doing all these stand-ups. And they will happen. And also, off to the side over here, they're not fully kitted, but to round it out, I have Needle Nana, out of print, so hard to find. It has the fabric and the embellishments. Pansy Hair with her fabric, and Patio Hair with the fabric and the embellishments. I don't know how long my back's going to last me sitting down here on this floor. Okay. Let's keep going through some of the loose stuff. Another kit is the Dinner Guest. It's a Mosey and Me design. Has the buttons. And this is a large fabric. It's like a 7-count colostrum fabric. So it's a 7-count colostrum fabric. And then it uses all the specialty different threads by Rainbow Gallery. There's fuzzy stuff, tweed, splendor, suede. In my whips, I do have another one of these I'm working on, which is Santa. So this is the Dinner Guest. I have a few more of these, but it's just like the pattern and the threads. I don't have a fabric for them yet. And so this one is Buford and Blue, Mosey and Me, and it has fabric, which I have no idea what count the fabric is. It might be a 9-count blue, and then it has all of the different Rainbow Gallery threads. It's really not that big of a pattern, so if I was to sit down and actually do it, it wouldn't take that long. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything. I have a box over here to the side that I keep stuff in. Okay, another little kit. Lizzie Kate, Little Gray Hair. This is a little kit that has like the fabric and the floss. So quick stitch. Maybe I'll do this when I do my September smalls again. You know, stitch that up. Box over here. Oh, I'm already getting stiff. One moment, let me stretch out the leg and move the kits. Okay, there's stuff here, there's a box here. Maybe we won't get through all of this. Okay, this one is Morning Glory Needleworks, Blue Quaker. And I have a piece of, I believe, 36 count linen from my stash. And I pulled, yeah, a piece of 36 count bittersweet linen I pulled from my stash. And I pulled 3 colors of, I'm not going to do it in blue. 3 colors of Splendor Silk to stitch. So that's Blue Quaker. And I plan on doing this Splendor Silk to stitch it on. Or to stitch, you know what I'm getting, to stitch with it. Have that in a project bag because that's intended, like, I'm going to start it soon. Right in front of me are all the ones that are in project bags. Okay, I can't show this one because I don't, it's a PDF. It's a Mama Witch X Stitch. It's a turkey by Mama Witch X Stitch. I don't have the pattern. I'd have to insert it. But this one, I converted it all to anchor floss because I want to try anchor floss, and I have black Ada to stitch it on. So I'll try to insert a picture of that one. That black Ada. It's very crunchy, so I may be regretting that. Just going down the pile in front of me. A Christmas by the Cricket Collection with a piece of linen. Very stiff linen. This is like one of the original ones I've kitted up when I got into cross stitch. And I have all the floss ready to go. I still want to stitch it. Staying in the pile. I'm trying to do this fast. Sorry, I may be going really fast, but I'm trying to do it fast because there is a lot to get through. There is a lot to get through, so I am going fast. Okay, next one. My Christmas List by Silver Creek with a piece of Lugana. And the Lugana is 32 count Cocoa Lugana. And I have the DMC all ready to go. I really want to start this. I'm going to say that a lot. I'm really going to start this. But they're kitted, and a lot of these that are in these project bags, they're sitting here at the top because I want to get them started. So I showed this one recently on a video, and it's kitted and ready to go. It's Cricklewood Crossing, Gone to a Better Place series, Land of Trouble Part 2. It's a guy, a skeleton driving a like a carriage, and I got the DMC pulled and fabric pulled. I have 2 fabrics here because I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, and they're both kind of similar. One's an Ada and one's a Lugana. So that one has 2 options. I picked that pattern up at StitchCon this past year. Okay. This one. Oh, yes. Teresa Kogu, a Halloween sampler. And a piece of Ancient. 32 count Ancient for it. And I have a little baggie with the DMCs. And apparently I'm ready to start this one because I already made like a working copy. Just never started it. Let's see here. This is a hands-on design. The Meow Block Party with the pins, DMCs pulled, and a piece of lamb's wool jobeline to stitch it on. with a working copy made, ready to go. Red, white, and blue. Sam Sarah. She's retired. And this is a piece of 32 count Carol's Meadow by Silk Weaver. It's got some pinks and blues. Thought it looked real pretty on that. And I have the called for Fancy Floss. Called for Fancy Floss. And that one's even ready to go in a project bag. This says Stitch the Stash. So I should be stitching the stash. Jim Shore Harvest Trio. Oh, I don't have the, shouldn't meet my criteria because I don't have the floss for it, but I have the fabric, which is a banding, 27 count banding fabric. I have the fabric and I have the beads. What's this one? Oh, this is a big one. I've been itching to start this with my friend, Carolyn. Hello, I called you out. And I know she started hers and I didn't. I've been itching to start it and I didn't. I have all the DMCs ready to go. And I have a piece of, I don't even know what it is, a piece, I even have the project card written out, ready to go too. 32 count Alchemy Lugana. And the project is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And that's the fabric. Yeah, I need to retire. I need to retire, but you know what? My friends say I do stitch fast, so it doesn't bother me that I have the stash that I have. Rebel Stitcher, Flowers Grow Back. Flowers grow back even after they are stepped on. I got the floss pack when I was up at StitchCon because it calls for some Cottage Garden thread? Yeah, Cottage Garden threads. So I picked up the floss pack when I was up at StitchCon. And I have a piece of, I have no idea, pale pink mystery fabric. I'm looking for a tag. Yep, no idea. Pale pink. It's like a pink. It's not coming up too good in here. Fabric to stitch it on. Back in their project bags. Because the ones in project bags, like I said, intention is to actually stitch them. Okay. Next one is a sampler, and I know I've said I'm not a big sampler, but I really like this one. Milady's Needle. Time by moment steals away, first the hour and then the day. Small may the daily lures appears, yet it soon amounts to years, thus another year is flown. Now it's time to make our own. And I have a piece of Ancient, I think it's Ancient, yep, Ancient and floss. And I have a working copy ready to go. Project card ready to go. Okay, this one, it is kitted. This one will be started January 1st. This is January 1st. So, I'm sitting here thinking as I'm doing this, part of doing the stitch your stash, and obviously I have enough stash here to stitch my stash. I think there's also on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, starting at noon, was it Kia B Stitches and Pam from Just Keep Stitching were doing this. I believe they were starting at noon on New Year's Eve, and every hour leading up to midnight, they were going to start, either you could start a new project or work on a whip. I don't know if I necessarily want to start 12 new projects on New Year's Eve. but I'm definitely starting this one on New Year's Day, and this one is Let Love Rain. I'm starting this with Melissa Neely's Needle Nest. We were at a retreat in October, and we both got talking that we have it, and we want to start it. So I have a piece of Lugana Silvery Moon 32 count, and I have the floss, and I'm ready to go. So this one will be started New Year's Day. And I got to keep it out so it doesn't get lost in this craziness. Okay, here's a kit. Who knows when I'll actually get around to stitching this, but I have it in the stash, and one day maybe I will. I think it was Amanda, Lucky Chance Stitcher, had stitched this, and I was following her stitch it, and it's gorgeous, but then she's like, the French knots are gonna kill you. So I haven't opened it at all, because who knows, I may not want to stitch it, but I have it. I got it out of a D-stash. And it is Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. It's a Thomas Kincaid kit. Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. Floss, fabric, 18 count Aida. Keeping the hold of this one. I love Cinderella. It's a full coverage. I haven't done a full coverage yet, so I haven't broken the seal, because I'm iffy if I'll actually ever stitch it, but it can stay in the stash. Okay, this one is, let's see here. It's a Joan Elliott pattern. Swirling, I think it's Joan Elliott, yeah, Swirling Peacock. I have the Kreiniken beads, and I got this as a kit. It's kind of like a D-stash. It has the floss, and the fabric is, I have no idea what the fabric is, but it's gorgeous. It's this like peachy fabric. Let me see if I can tell what the fabric is. Oh, it's Pole Stitches 28 count Jobeline English Rose is the fabric. Pole Stitches Jobeline English Rose. Swirling Peacock. What is this called? Yeah, Swirling Peacock. What's that one? I really like the fabric on that. Pile in front of me is getting low, but I got a pile behind me, and I got a box. This one's definitely getting started this year. This is the Drawn Thread Sampler of Stitches, and I did a floss conversion on it. So it's the Drawn Thread Sampler of Stitches. Who just stitched this? I think Stitchy Mommy is stitching it, and she's Canadian. City Stitcher? Don't quote me on that. But I did get a piece of 30 count. See, I'm just really color converting. I got a 30 count Weeks, some kind of purple. And I converted the colors, the NPIs, and I brightened them up. I have some good coral pinks, teals. So I really brightened them up in NPIs. I will start this one this year. Guaranteed. Quote me on that. This will get started this year. Another one I don't want to get buried into the stacks. Okay. This is just a kit. Who knows when I'll start, if I'll ever start it, but it's, I think it's an old Hirschner's or something kit. Got it off eBay. It's a Cooler Design Studio pattern, Curious Cats stocking with the thread mess and the really stiff Aida. And this is another one that it was Amanda, Lucky Chance Stitcher. She had shown this, and it's Kitty's Christmas. It's a tree skirt. It's on it's a kit that comes with 11 count Aida, and of course the big thread nest. She showed this finished, and it was so adorably cute. And I hunted and hunted and hunted, and finally I found it on eBay. So that is adorable. I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch it on 11 count Aida because I don't really need a tree skirt that's 45 inches in diameter. Odds of us even putting up a tree are slim to none with the cats. So I'll stitch it on a smaller count and have it come out smaller because we don't even have a big tree anyway that we put up. But I do like that. And the last one, you saw this recently in a video, is I bought this down at the cupboard. It is Kitty Cat's Originals Merlin Max. I found the pattern online. And I got buttons, floss, fabric. This was a Stitcher stash that I purchased on a porch sale at the cupboard. Okay, pardon me. Let's grab this stack of stuff. See, it's in project bags, so I have all these intentions of starting it. This pesky job gets in the way, but this pesky job supports my habit. So, what are you going to do about it? You know? Gotta go to work. Gotta earn that paycheck. Pardon me. I'm trying to become smart. You know, go to work, earn that paycheck, support my habit. So, first one off the thing here in my Tula Pink bag that I made. That I saw Tula Pink and got her to sign it. Love this bag. Who is residing in here? There's a few people residing in here, and 2 of them are kitted. So I'm just going to show you the one who's not kitted. She's in here. She's got the beads. Luna. She resides. I don't have all of these. What are they? The Bewitching Pixies. I think I concentrated on the 2 that had cats in them, and then I got, you know, that one because I really like the pumpkins. So this is, who is this? Anna. And I have all my math on what size fabric I would need. And this is a piece of Barbell Creations 32 count linen. And it's called October 31st for Anna. Beads and floss. Beads and floss. Yeah, maybe next Halloween. I'll finally pull these out and stitch them. And then the other companion I have here ready to go is Beads and Floss. Who is this lady? Gigi. And a piece of Under the Sea Fabrics Anubis. So that's for Gigi. See, he's got the black cat. That's the only reason I got him, because I got the cats. I mean, these are the smaller Norbits. They should stitch up pretty quick. And once again, it's a matter of just sitting down and stitching them. It's not fully kitted. I don't know what that's doing over here. Oh, this is Iced Winter Tree by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is the fabric I picked up at Brick City. It's Picture This Plus. Oh, I can't remember it. Linen, and I have the white to do that tree. Which time are we in here? Only half an hour. I would say not bad, but I know it's bad. Okay. Another Samsara Home for Christmas with a piece of Weeks Dye Works Cherry Vanilla. Weeks Dye Works Cherry Vanilla Linen. It might be called for. I also have hand-dyed floss and the hanger to finish it up on. Heartstring Samplery, Hoop there it is. Oop, there it is. Oop, there it is. Oh, sorry. Upside down and inside out. No, sorry. Can't believe I just did that. 32 count Miranda by Weeks. This is a red. And I'm doing it with this Spun Sugar by Classic Colorworks. It's a very pale, pale pink. So it's like pink and bright red. I think the pattern called for grits. So like white, and it called for Aztec red. So I'm keeping the floss separate from the fabric in this one, just in case. I don't want the fabric to totally maybe color transfer onto the floss until I've actually had a chance to stitch it. Oh, my back's hurt. This girl cannot sit on the floor. This girl is not a spring chick no more. No fabric, so I'm not calling it kitted. But I'll show it to you anyway because it's in the pile. Bella Filipina, Aria, Elemental Queen, floss, beads. This is a kit. I was part of the Silver Needle Stitching Circle, Friend Stitching Circle. Subscription is like every other month you got a kit. This is hands-on design, little hexagons, harvest hexies, floss, fabric, everything in here to finish it. It's a little kit. If you noticed hands-on design, she just showed recently, she's in a quilting magazine for another hexie pattern. I think has flamingos on it. This is cute. I do English paper piecing. So that's what you do with it. You stitch it and then it's like you English paper piece it together. So I do English paper piecing. I'll finish that. Okay, a couple little project bags in front of me. This is a Mirabilia Christmas Elf Fairy. This is probably the linen that came with it. Yep. And then the flosses that came with it. It came as a kit. I have the kit apart. I guess I intended on stitching it. Just never started it. Sorry for all the crinkles. Okay, what do we got here? Oh yeah, this one I'm excited about. Cross-stitching art, My Fair Lady. I love this movie, My Fair Lady. Audrey Hepburn. Just love it. Love this movie so much. I have a piece of, what is this? Aurora. I don't know who it's by. And I got the beads, floss, everything ready to go. I think she'll look really pretty on that. And she's very skinny. I mean, look at this fabric. It's just a skinny piece of fabric. So she's a real skinny stitch. I just think that skirt is gonna be, you know, brutal. So, My Fair Lady. And PSA, I probably said this in a press video, vinyl front bags. I love vinyl front bags. I know there's those who don't like the vinyl front bags. They like the bags like these, like Gary and Ronnie make. This is like a Grand bag. Oh, I stretched my leg. If you're not careful with your patterns on the vinyl front bags, you can see it here. If you have anything with the ink and it's touching the vinyl, it could stick and it can leave marks. I don't know if you can see it. It can leave marks right here. It can leave marks on your vinyl front bag. So I always try to put the patterns with the ink to the back of the bag so it does not touch the plastic, because I have a couple bags, like 3 bags that I wasn't paying attention, and this next one's a doozy. This one did it. So you see how it looks like I have a big yellow circle. That's on the vinyl. That's all on the vinyl. Because I had the pattern touching the vinyl. And look what it did. It left the stains. I don't know how I'm going to get it out. I might try. I don't know if I'll be able to get that out. So anyway, this is What and Why by Keslin's. And I have like 4 fabrics here because I think I realized it was stitched on, one was stitched over 40 count. Yeah, one was stitched on 28 count over 1. And the other was stitched on 40 count. And I didn't quite realize it. I don't know if I'll stitch this. I mean, that's a lot of black. And I have a little piece of anchor floss to stitch it. So this one, well, I guess I did. I bought fabric for it, for why and for what. I did buy fabric specifically for it. So I'll just sit down and look at it and see, you know, do the math again and see how big it'll be over 2 over 2. And these don't have the fabric count written. Oh, one's a, oh crud, one's a 36 count. See, kind of, I don't know. We will see. Because that's a lot of black to stick to. I don't know. What was I thinking? I'm going to toss that one aside. That one may get pulled. Use the fabric for something else. Okay, this one is Thanksgiving Friends by Needle Love. Thanksgiving Friends. The cross stitch cupboard has the reprint rights to this, and it's got the Indians, the Pilgrims, and the little turkey. And I have Ada fabric cut. Ooh, it's crunchy too. I got Ada to do all of them, and I have the floss. I want to do them. I like stand-ups. I don't know why. I like stand-ups. So they're super cute. So the cross stitch cupboard has this exclusive, has the reprint rights to this. Thanksgiving Friends. Little stand-ups. Okay. We're almost ready for the big bin here. Okay, this one, I've already started its companion. This one is Night Nymph. I've already stitched Day Nymph, who I need to finish the beading on. So this is Night Nymph. We have the flosses, the Valdanis, kind of ready to go. This may be my Valdanis left over from Day Nymph. So I put it in with Night Nymph. I have the pack with the Valdanis. I was doing this as a stitch along with, oh, and all the Krynics too. Doing this as a stitch along with Nadine, Nad's X Stitch, and Maggi, the Kitschy Whips. So I got Day Nymph done. I just need to, I mean, Day Nymph's done up to the point of beading needs to be done, but I figured let me stitch Night Nymph and do it all at the same time. And this is a piece of Jobeline. I was going to stitch it on. And when I sat down and stitched on this, when I did Day Nymph, it really didn't take long. So I need to just get moving and get Night Nymph stitched. Okay. Almost to the box. So this is a kit of Nora Corbett's The Little Cottages. We've got little snowy green, little snowy blue, little snowy blue church, little snowy pink cottage, little snowy lavender church, and little snowy gray cottage. And I have the called for Sea Spray Ada, and I'm using the Ada because my plan is to do these as finish them as like a box finish on a piece of styrofoam. And I have all the Krynics and fancy flosses and DMC floss all ready to go. All the Ada for it. All the bead packs for all of them. Even have a working copy made for the first one. Fabric's even prepped. And a working copy for the first one I was going to start, which is Little Snowy Gray Cottage. So my thought with these, and that's why I'm doing them on the Ada, is I want to do a box finish on a piece of styrofoam. And so when you have the styrofoam, you basically just need to pin it to the styrofoam and then put like a decorative ribbon around the edge and a pretty fabric on the back, and you can get bigger beads to put his feet. So I wanted to do it on the styrofoam because then I can kind of stand him up as like a little village. But then part of me was thinking, could I get really super creative and somehow maybe cut out the styrofoam from the back and put like twinkle lights where the windows are. So when it's finished as a stand-up, I could have twinkle lights coming through. I'm very ambitious. I got smart ideas. We'll see if I can execute it. But first, I gotta stitch it. And these bad boys have a lot of Krynic. A lot of Krynic. I mean, they use a lot of Krynic for all 6 of them. I mean, look at that. That's like 5 spools of like a silver, because I think the rooftops take a lot of Krynic. So I do want to start these soon. I think that would be so cute, having it as a village. Okay, this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to pull this out of the tube. This is Nitka. It's a Russian kit, Russian company. You can't get them now because of everything's going on with the war, but I got this a few years ago. It contains a Barbara Anna design called Christmas Tree, and they come packaged in these little tubes. If you watch my channel, I have a whipping process of like season ones, where it's like 4 ladies with the seasons of Barbara Anna one. The flosses, nice and braided, and the fabric with a needle, and the pattern is in the tube. So that's a Barbara Anna one. This one, I'm on the fence about it. I'm on the fence about it. I mean, I do like Barbara Anna. I do like Barbara Anna designs, but the more I'm kind of looking at it, it's a Christmas tree. I don't know. I'm not feeling it anymore. This may get destashed. Yeah, I think I'm going to destash it. Look at that. I got one down. Yeah, I think I'm going to destash it. Say goodbye to it. Let it go to a home where somebody will stitch it and enjoy it. So this is a little kit that just came in. If you attended Jingle Ball, the Jingle Ball put on by Lindy Stitches and 11 other designers. It was on Friday, December 2nd and 3rd. It was a virtual thing online, meet and greet designers. This is a little kit I got from Summer House Stitch Works, Northwoods Noel. It's a cute little thing, little kit, floss, linen, all the finishing stuff. So that was real cute. Okay, and then we have 2 Owl Forest embroidery kits. Owl Forest embroidery, once again, it's a Russian designer. I love their stuff. You just can't get anything now. You can't get kits. You can get PDF patterns from, there's an Etsy seller who has PDF patterns, but you can't get their kits, and they're gorgeous hand-dyed flosses right now. So this one is, it's a snail house with one of the lilies. And in the kit, you have their hand-dyed floss, you have the pattern, you have the linen, you have a needle minder. And they have beautiful hand-dyed flosses that I love working with. So this one is the snail house. I can't read the back because it was mailed to me in the box. So it's one of the lily houses. Isn't he cute? Look at his little face. He's so cute. And then I have another snail house. This one is the pumpkin snail house. And they're doing a series of these, and maybe one day we might be able to get more Owl Forest, but until Ukraine is not at, you know, until Russia's not trying to invade Ukraine anymore and Russia goes back to their own world, unfortunately we won't be able to. So I have enough to stitch. they have been designing some more, and they're real cute. Okay, you ready? I'm just going to move the camera real quick so you can see. There's a bin. Now, not all of these are fully kitted. Some are just fabric, not fabric, pattern and beads. And the first one I pull right off the top is fully kitted. Okay, this one is with my fancy project bags and Ziploc bags. Florentina with called for linen, white chocolate, and I have the water lilies and the beads and the Krynex, so the only thing I'm missing is the DMC. This is Florentina. Mirrors. Get them I get them as I like them, and I decide I like them because at some point, you know, they go out of print, and then it's like once they go out of print, and then they're on the secondary market, and they're like super ridiculously expensive, and then maybe that's when you then want to stitch it. So at least I have it. I look at it that way. At least I have it. This kit, probably not going to stitch this one for me. It's Among Black Cats. Among Black Cats. It's an RTO kit. It's a black cat. I'm not sure if this is the fabric that it calls for, but the fabric in here is like a speckled fabric. So I'm a little unsure. I have a feeling, I don't even know where I got this. I don't even know if it's all the flosses because it says, oh, that's for blending. The card's filled out, but that's for blending. So it's got floss and the card's filled out because there's like 2 blendings. I don't know. I don't even remember where I got it. I will probably stitch this, but it'll be one of those things that I'll give to like the shelter for their annual fundraiser, auction fundraiser thing. This is Butterfly Bliss by Glendon Place, Ada and the Sullivans floss. I don't think I want to stitch this. I don't know. They look cute. I like the colors, but I don't want to stitch that. That's going to go in the not stitch pile. Okay, this one doesn't count because it doesn't have floss, so I'm not going to show it. Oh, these kits. These are Russian kits. I think they're Russian kits. Yep, Russian kits. Magic Needle, cross stitch kit, Christmas Sweets. Patterns like right there. Has the floss, has the black Ada Christmas Sweets. And this one is Magic Needle Snow Globe kit. I just love the colors on these. One doesn't count, doesn't have fabric, but there's some mirrors. So the ones I've pulled off the top so far, they're mirrors. I think as I'm doing this, I'm gonna pull my mirrors out of here and just, I should have brought myself another bag to put my mirrors in. Okay, we have Bella Filipina, Hanan, deity of the morning, and Mayari, deity of the moon. Well, should I call it Philly kitted? Because it kind of could be not. I don't have floss in here. I have all the beads. And I have a piece of Esmeralda 28 count Lugana. Kind of like the dark color. But I don't have the floss. So, not fully kitted. It's just a pattern. And I only have one piece of fabric, so that's not even enough to do both the ladies. You know what? I'm going to put Nora's and Bella's in the same thing because they're both like fancy ladies. This is another Bella. No fabric, not fully kitted. See, I have ones like fabric and pattern, no floss. I'm not counting it as fully kitted. It's just fabric and floss. To the side. This is an old kit. Who is this? Pangea? Catalay orchids. Oh, Terrence Nolan. The orchids. And my orchids. Oh, I was just outside. I have orchids that I rescued from, so I'm in South Florida. I don't know if anyone knows that, but if you remember, you probably do. Don't. I'm in South Florida, East Coast, South Florida. And orchids thrive down here. They do really good. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. Orchids do really good down here. So Lowe's, when the orchids, they have like a clearance section. This tangent, I'm off on a tangent. Lowe's has a clearance section. And orchids that have like, their flowers have died, they've fallen over out of their pots, they've overwatered them, they're basically like practically killed the orchids on the shelf because they've overwatered them. The bloom, it no longer is spiking, and then it has the spike with the blooms, and they just look ratty and old and yucky, and they throw them on their clearance thing where you can get them 50% off, sometimes more. And so I rescued a bunch of orchids from the Lowe's clearance thing. And these poor orchids were like, I mean, they were on their last legs, half dead. Brought them home, cleaned them up, got them out of the medium they were in, cleaned up their roots. And I had them in the house in the back window. And then I was getting mealybug issue. So I took them all outside, and I had to dunk them and clean them again in a alcohol solution and get the bugs off of them. And I repotted them, planted them, and I've left them outside. They need the shade. And right now, with the way the sun is, because it's winter, they're getting great shade out on our front patio. And now we've had a lot of rain lately, and it's cool, and my orchids are loving it. So my plants are just, the root systems have gone crazy outside. They are throwing off so many aerial roots. And 10 out of my 11 orchids have flower stems out and the buds on them, and they're getting ready to bloom for me, and I'm so excited, and I have no clue what color they are. They're all Phalaenopsis orchids, and I'm just excited. They're doing so good outside, my little rescue orchids. It took them a year to recover, but they're doing great, so I'm happy with my orchids. So this is orchids. Sorry, tangent. My orchids. I'm so happy with my orchids. These are all Catalay orchids, and it has the fabric and the floss. So that's pretty. I'll do that. Pulling that one aside. Top of the list. Work basket. Quaker Santa, Quaker Snowman. And a piece of fabric for each. I think that I got this off a D-stash somewhere. So it's whatever fabric they have in here for them. I'll have to figure it out. So fabric and floss. Nora. Okay, this one. Chatelaine. Sparkling Peacocks. Fabric. 28 count white Jobeline. Fancy flosses. Beads. Fully kitted. Called for flosses, beads, everything. I don't want to stitch it. I don't want to stitch it. And I'll tell you why. It's a mandala, right? Mandala? Yeah, mandala. Sparkling Peacock mandala. And if you look at a lot of chatelaines, as you change the different quadrants of the mandala, like, it's different things. So I think there's ones where it's like cities and it'll be like different castles in each thing. Or if it's like a garden, they'll show different things in each quadrant. This is the same peacocks in each quadrant. You're just changing color. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yeah, no, I've been thinking hard on this one. I'm going to de-stash this one. So this just chatelaine. You'll probably be seeing this bad boy on eBay because I am going to de-stash that one. Okay, this bin is full. We're going to start from the beginning, and I'm only going to start to show you flosses and fabrics. Little House Needleworks, one more stitch, floss and fabric. It says the fabric, don't count. I love these ones that just have the fabric. See, now I don't feel so bad if they just have the fabric. I am flying through this kit thing. I got a whole stack here. Is that going to be another thing y'all are going to ask for me of like, oh, show us the ones that you have fabric for? But I probably won't because I just threw a whole pile of patterns here that have fabric. And I don't want to pull them all out. Bed Creek, Clover of Clovers. It's one of their kits that comes with like the 18 count linen and the pearl cotton. These stitch up super fast. Ink Circles. See, this is another mandala. I don't think I'm going to do this one. This is Ink Circles, a spirited mandala. When I did a mandala, Ink Circles mandala, that dreidel one, yeah, I was kind of over it by the second quadrant. I don't like stitching the same thing over and over again. So this has a piece of Eek. Picture This Plus. And I got the 310. Yeah. Just don't like stitching the same thing over and over again. And with these mandalas, that's what I've learned after doing dreidel. I don't like it. I'll put that in the de-stash pile. I don't know if I'm gonna have a path to get out of my room here later. Another Bent Creek Mischief Candy Corn of Mischief. It's another 18 count with the pearls. Let's hope I can get everything back in this bin. Okay, let's see here. Fabric. Oh, I think we got some floss. Plum Street Samplers, Jeans and Weenies, with a piece of colonial parchment. I originally got this to stitch as like a gift for a coworker who had dachshund, but the dachshund's now with her ex, and yeah. And I'm not a dachshund person. I was a Chinese crested person. I didn't have Chinese cresteds. So it's kind of patriotic. I'll keep a hold of it. We'll keep a hold of it for now. Fabric. Hands-on Designs Boo Chock Full with a piece of slate and fancy floss. Another Bent Creek kit. Oh, this one actually has DMC, so this is probably linen. This is the Stitching Sheep. It's got DMC. And Mira. And we have a Glendon Place with floss. No fabric. I'm gonna put that in the de-stash. New Year's Eve Fairy Mirabilia. It's the kit with the fabric and the floss. I don't think you can so much find the kits. I mean, they're out there. You can still find them. But I think they just released where you can buy the pattern. So it used to be that they were sold as a kit. Then you'd have to buy the whole kit. You know, it came as a kit like this with the fabric and floss and everything, full kit. But now I think they were a little hard to find. And I think now they have it where you can just buy the pattern only if you want the pattern. And then Miss Valentine. Another one, fabric only. Fabric only. They have a lot with just fabric. So, uh-oh, do I have a repeat? Christmas Elf Fairy. Is anyone screaming duplicate at me? Do I have a duplicate? I'm looking. Seconds. Christmas Elf Fairy. I have a duplicate. Duplicate. De-stash. Fabric. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I got a headache, people. Some more little Bent Creek kits. Lucky and Free. It's the little U's again, the little sheeps. Floss, and I've done a few of these. I haven't fully finished them, but I've done them. Let's see here. Another 12 days. I love 12 days. Another 12 days, but it's just fabric, no floss. Another Nora. Okay, this one is White Willow Stitching Tribal Pumpkin. The Cross Stitch Cupboard had this as a finish, and I have their floss choices how they did it. So this is Tribal Pumpkin, and this is a piece of colonial parchment with some silken colors. So it's a variegated silken colors. The light one's over here to do the pumpkin. Very pretty. So many where it's just fabric and pattern and fabric. Pattern and fabric. This is an Owl Forest embroidery one. This one, it's a freebie pattern. And of course I bought this long before the war. It's a freebie pattern. You can get the freebie pattern. It's a cat, something cat. I don't know. It's all in Russian. And I have a piece of woodland. That was the name for the tree. The Hello from Liz Matthews tree, woodland. There's a piece of woodland for the cat. And I have the floss pack for the cat. Okay. That's another mirror. I make room in my bin here. I pull all the mirrors out. Here's a kit, Gold Collection. 12 Days of Christmas with the Ada, 14 count Ada, 12 Days of Christmas. I love 12 days. It's a theme, because here's another 12 days. I can't really show you the pattern, but it's a Doreen Jones. Oh, it's not fully kitted. Sorry, it just has fabric, but it's a 12 days. It's a lot with pattern. Here at Hawk Run Hollow with fabric and floss. This is a piece of sand, I think. Linen, 32 count. So fabric and floss. You're at Hawk Run Hollow. Should have put a cushion under my butt. Oh, Jardin Privé. It's a calendar thing. It's like a monthly little calendar thing, Jardin Privé, with a piece of casual sand and the flosses. It's cute. I like Jardin Privé. I'm gonna still hold on to that. That's really cute. I do like Jardin Privé. So this is probably where all my bobbins are. I have a master set of DMC. And sometimes I go look for a color and I can't find it. And I look at all my active kits and I can't find it. Yeah, this is probably where they are because I have bobbins in here kitted. Here is another Owl Forest. Here's another Owl Forest embroidery. This one is New Year Sampler with the English alphabet. With the flosses and a piece of, this is not Owl Forest fabric, this is 36 count linen. That's the sand. That looks awful green. I really like this. gotta put all my mirrors in one place. Here's another kitted mirror. This is an actual kitted mirror. Aphrodite. 32 count icon. Aphrodite. Floss. Beads. I hear jingling, so the beads must be in there. Should have brought over another bag. Okay, mirrors, you're getting tossed. Sleeping Beauty. I don't have the floss. I'll show it to you anyway. Sleeping Beauty and a piece of Enchanted for Sleeping Beauty. That's another mirror. It's got fabric. What is this one called? Moonflowers. Moonflowers. Got a piece of linen. I don't have the beads, but I don't have the floss. And that's another mirror. Mirror. But they don't have, they either have fabric or just the beads and the pattern. Yep. Mirrors. There's like a lot of mirrors. Another mirror. There's the fabric. Lavender and lace with the fabric. I'm making room in my bin because I'm pulling out the mirrors. Okay. Al Forest embroidery. Autumn Still Life. Autumn Still Life. The flosses. And a piece of, I think this is Seraphim Caramel. Seraphim. Kitted with no flaws. I mean fabric with no flaws. Oh, here we go. Witch's Wheel. Glendon Place. Beads. All the DMC, and I have a piece of Picture This plus Solar. Yep, it's the called for fabric. So it's Picture This plus Solar. You see how it kind of like radiates from the center? Called for fabric. And I know I just said like mandalas, I don't like stitching the same thing over and over again. And this is basically, I mean that because it's the witches, but it's so cool. It's so cool. So yeah, the witches' faces don't change. It's all still the same quadrants. I'll hold on to this one though. Old Glory. Rosewood Manor. Hit it up with a fabric and the floss. Heroic Belfast. Picture This plus Heroic. Old Glory. Oh, this one. Christmas Moose. A Panna kit. So many people have been doing this. He's so cute. Christmas Moose. More mirrors. Satsuma Street ornament set number 1. The kit. Floss and fabric. Easter Fairy kit. Mirabilia. I didn't have that duplicated, did I? I had New Year's and I had, okay, Valentine's. We're good. I'm not duplicated. This is another Al Forest Silver Hoof Frost. And I have some kind of blue. and it's the flosses. My back hurts. So as I've gone through this, like, leave me a comment or something you'd like to see me like pull out and stitch. You know, like, leave a comment. Oh, I got some goodies coming up. We're gonna save those to the last. No fabric. Oh. I don't have all the floss for it, but I have it mostly kitted. Glendon Place. Sir Thomas. We have the embellishment. Specialty thread. Fabric. Oh, this one. This is like one of my... I kitted this up so long ago. Like when I first got back into cross stitch, 2017. I'd maybe been back into cross stitch. I forget how many years by then, but this is 2017, and it was a mystery. Passion Racoma, and it was a mystery in 2017, and it's Moon Sweet Moon. And I got everything bobbinated. I got fabric, probably the called for fabric. Everything for it. Just never started it. It's gorgeous. And those are some treats. This is an Air Force kit. I'm gonna de-stash that. And this one is Angel Across Stitch kit. Design Works. Joan Elliott, Angel Across Stitch. However, it's not the pattern. I thought it was, but it's not. It's not the pattern that uses all 400 or 300 colors, whatever was out at the time, of DMC floss. It's a kit with just the DMC for it, but it's not the version that calls for all of the colors of DMC. That is in a magazine. I actually found that magazine. I have that magazine in that pattern, so I think I'm going to de-stash that. It doesn't have fabric. Okay, I got 3. Oh, it's a mirror with no fabric, so don't count. But I have 3 left that are kitted mirrors with fabric and floss and everything. This one is Mermaid of the Pearls. And I have a piece of Fiberlicious I See You. And the floss. I just don't have the beads for this one. I'll have to find the beads for it. What are we at? An hour and 13. This went pretty good. It's because I didn't show you all the ones that are just fabric and pattern and fabric. But I do like the fact I'm going through here because I'm going to get all my mirrors out into one place. Okay, and the last 2 are beauties. This is Queen of Freedom. And I got this piece of Fabric Flare Americana Star. I was thinking of stitching it on, but I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided yet. I may change my mind. But I have all the floss. Just don't have the beads for it. So I'm kind of up in the air on that one. That's why it hasn't been started yet, because I'm not, I don't know, not 100% convinced on that fabric for it. So until I decide, it stays off to the side. And then I guess I'll have to do another video at some point to show you all my mirrors. So the last one I have here is Lady of the Flag. And I have a number of fabric choices. I have 2 fabric choices for her. One is I have the Constitution fabric, or it's the We the People Constitution fabric, and I'm kind of up in the air about this one too, because I feel to like get the full thing of it, you'd have to frame the entire fabric, and I'm like, I'm not sure. And the other thing I have is a piece of 30 count sky linen. So I might do it on the linen. And I have the beads and the floss and everything. So haven't started her yet. At some point I'll start her. So I'm not sure. I may destash this fabric. I don't know what I'd stitch on it. Okay, that is the end of the bin. So that is patterns fully kitted with fabric, floss, and pattern. There are a number of them that are just pattern and fabric. Quite a few of them, pattern and fabric. I didn't go through all of those. I'm probably not going to go through all those. So I'm going to clean this mess up because I am now sitting up to my elbows in kitted projects. I have the few that I'm going to destash. I'll have to put those on eBay at some point. And I'm going to get all my mirrors out of this bin so I can have better vision. You know, I like my mirrors together. I'm going to start storing all my mirrors together. I have more mirror patterns. They're in another system, storage system. But I'm going to get all this cleaned up. And as I clean it up and put away, I'm going to focus on the ones that are fully kitted with fabric floss and pattern, and pick out a few to have at my fingertips for 2023 as like, I really want to start these. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be filming a regular Flosstube video towards the end of December, and I will also film a end of year whip parade towards the end of December. So thank you for stopping by and joining me. Please leave any comments below. I like to read them. Please leave a comment of a kit project that you would like to see me start. I'd be happy for your feedback on anything. So leave any comments, any questions you may have, leave them below. I'll respond to you. And thanks for spending this time with me as I go through my little hoard of my collection. Let's put it that way. It's my, who says it? It's like a carefully curated collection. Yes, it's my stash acquisition, my collection. So thanks for stopping by. It is late here. It's probably pushing, well, late for me. It's getting on 8 o'clock. This old gal's gonna get tired. I will chat with you all later. I'll try to get this uploaded this weekend, and everyone have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you on the next videos. Bye everyone.